Guys, I have now closed clients for my social media marketing agency from pretty much every method besides cold calls and cold looms. I've closed clients through cold emails, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, Upwork, of course. What else other methods are there out there? I haven't used Twitter or anything like that. Even YouTube, for example, YouTube, LinkedIn. I've closed clients from LinkedIn, YouTube, pretty much all over the place, guys. So I've got a good feel for what works and what really doesn't. Honestly, guys, in today's video, I just want to break down kind of like cold outreach versus like starting like a personal brand for your actual agency. Now, before you start rolling your eyes or turning this video off, honestly, stay to the end because it's going to be worth it. So the reason why I'm doing this video, guys, is because I had a conversation with a dude just the other day. I think it was actually yesterday or the day before, but long story short, we were talking about like how can you implement like starting a personal brand in order to get clients. And I was like, dude, that's one of the first ways I actually was able to land my first ever real estate client. And what I basically did, guys, and this is some real source, so if you're listening to this, don't just let this go over your head. Literally go to LinkedIn, right? Start connecting with a whole bunch of like real estate agents and just start dropping content about Facebook or your service, whatever your service is. I almost said Facebook ads then, but if your service isn't Facebook ads or if it's something else, probably like Google ads or Facebook ads or whatever your service is or social media marketing, literally create content, right? I'm not even joking. Set up a camera like I am right now. I'm just giving you some straight fire tips right now. I'm not even joking. I'm just jumping straight into this one. But like, set up your camera like mine is right now, right? Take pictures like this. Like, just take pictures like pointing and stuff like that. Go to canva.com, right? Buy the pro version or get the free trial of the pro version. Crop out your background, by the way, and then just literally put a caption there with some nice font. The font I like to use is called Montserrat or something like that. Make it big and bold and just put like 3 Facebook ad mistakes real estate agents are making. And literally then just come up with like a blog article kind of like caption, if you will. It doesn't have to be too long. You can actually have just bullet points, but make it very, very in depth, if you will, in terms of like the actual knowledge is actually sound, if you will. Now, what this is going to do basically is it's going to warm up your audience. First of all, you're going to start growing an audience and then you're going to warm them up. It's almost like retargeting ads. Every time a real estate agent, because I know this for a fact, by the way, because it's one of the first ways how I was able to close a real estate client for my actual self, for my agency. One of the first ever clients I ever closed, this was back in September 2019. So this is stuff that's been working and will work because it's about growing an audience and warming it up. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to do this, guys, right? And the reason why I know this works is because think about it. When was the last time you really bought something from getting a cold message, jumping on a call and then spending £2,500 a month or $2,500 per month on that? I've noticed, right, that realistically, when you actually get those high ticket clients and stuff like that, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can do cold emails and get clients. You can do cold calls and get clients. You can do cold outreach in any way, shape or form and get clients. But I've noticed that it's so much more easier, right, when somebody comes to you through like a funnel or through some content. So what I want you guys to do is actually start growing out content. Now, the platforms I highly recommend you start is number 1, YouTube. I know you're probably scared as hell to start YouTube, right? But I'm telling you, the grass is greener on the other side. I know that there's kind of like this fear of jumping on YouTube, making yourself look like a fool. To this day, honestly, I've been doing YouTube now for however many friggin' years it's been. And honestly, I still to this day hate the sound of my own voice. I don't even listen to my own voice when I'm kind of like editing my videos. Well, these days I don't really edit my videos. I haven't edited my videos for quite a while. I actually have a video editor that kind of like chops these up. But even when my videos go live and stuff like that, I literally hate listening to my own voice to this day. So honestly, guys, will you ever overcome that fear of the camera and that sort of stuff? No, not really, but you actually get used to it. It's not actually that bad. I've also found that like starting a YouTube channel as well, guys, is like, it really does help you with like your communication skills as well. Like your sales skills, just talking to people, that sort of stuff. So there's so many more benefits to actually starting YouTube. Not only that, but YouTube itself, right? And just building a personal brand itself is gonna build trust with your actual audience. It's gonna make you an authority figure, and it actually has a long half-life. All these 3 things right here is how you're going to be able to scale to 20K, 50K, 100K per month with like inbound leads as one of your main strategies for getting clients. Now think about it. With YouTube, right? I can drop this video right now on my actual YouTube channel. I want you to think about this. This is not just me just doing this. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. I'm trying to teach you guys the actual strategy, if you will. Drop YouTube videos. Those videos are going to go on YouTube. They're going to stay on YouTube for pretty much years to come. I'm not even joking. I literally have a video on my YouTube channel like years back that's like real estate, that basically like talking about Facebook ads for real estate, and people still to this day, I'm talking real estate agents, still pop up to me on Instagram They actually watch this. They're still watching the video. Think about it. I must have recorded maybe, let's say I spent 30 minutes doing that work, right? I spent about 30 minutes doing that work. I came up with the idea of the actual video, maybe created some slides that maybe took me, call it an hour's worth of work. I did an hour's worth of work one time. It goes on the internet and it stays in it reoccurring, kind of like accrues views, if you will, if that's the word I'm looking for. It kind of builds up on its views and people can actually watch that for years to come, if you will. And I've literally had people, because I actually, had call to actions in that video, such as go below and message me on Instagram. Real estate agents still watch these videos on my actual channel because it's actually ranked well and stuff like that, and they will actually click on that video. They'll watch the video, and it's almost like each video is it's almost like a small sales letter, if you will, like a VSL, a video sales letter. So this is one of the ways you can actually help yourself duplicate yourself as well. So think about cold outreach. The reason why I want you guys to really think about this is think about cold outreach, right? Think about like when you send a email over to a brand or a business owner that you're trying to reach out to, or think about a cold Instagram DM that you're trying to send to a business owner to try and get them on a call, right? Number one, that's cold. It comes off like sometimes it can come off like unprofessional, not unprofessional, but like kind of like what's the word? Like kind of annoyance, if you will. It's an unsolicited message, if you will. So it can come across as kind of like you're nagging people. And then when you do get people on a call, when you've actually done cold DMs and cold outreach, it feels as if like they're above you and you're below them, because it almost makes you feel dirty, if you will. I'm not too sure if you guys have felt this before. Maybe it's just me being a little bit of a wimp, but like I've noticed that when you do a lot of cold emails and cold outreach and stuff like that to get people on a call, when you do get on that call's normally cold, to be honest with you. There's no real, like, if you don't have a real strategy to warm them up before the call, such as like you send them over some case studies before your thing, and that, by the way, it's a really good strategy. If you look back on my channel, by the way, when I first started getting into the e-com space, right, I was doing all this cold outreach and stuff like that. I'm still am, by the way. And when you actually go about booking in a call with somebody, when you've actually sent that initial email and you've set up the call to the time that the call is, so let's say you set up a call, let's say it's Monday and somebody replies back to you on a Monday and they book a call in with you for Wednesday. Throughout that time, don't just sit around waiting for your call. Send them over like case study results. Try warm them up. That's one of the ways you can actually warm up your kind of like outreach, by the way. But what I found as well is with like cold outreach, even if you don't have a strategy like that, you're gonna get on a call. It's gonna be so cold. It's gonna be so awkward. It's gonna feel icky, if you will. They're gonna feel above you. You're gonna feel below them. It's gonna feel kind of unprofessional, and it feels like you've kind of pestered your way into getting a call out of them, and they don't really want to hear what you're saying. It's like you've got no authority, basically. You feel below them. Now, does that right there? That's obviously going to help. That's obviously not going to be too beneficial for your stance when it comes to trying to close them for $2,500 because you're completely cold. Then the second thing is that when you actually do outreach, right, it doesn't really stay on the internet forever and grow over time. So I like to call this the half-life. So for example, let's say you send an email, right, to a e-commerce brand owner about TikTok ads or Facebook ads or whatever it is. If you obviously, and then you've got a follow-up sequence. Once that follow-up sequence is done and you never email them again, it's not like that's gonna reoccur views over time and they're gonna continuously think about it. Like once something gets, think about this, right? All those emails you've ignored in your inbox, right? I bet your inbox is full of emails right now. Like pretty much everybody's email inbox is like this. On a day-to-day basis, do you ever think about those emails that you ignored like 3 months ago? Like you never ever think about those. However, if you was connecting with like e-com business owners and e-com business brand owners on LinkedIn, for example, and you was constantly every day putting content out there about TikTok ads for e-commerce brands, they're gonna keep remembering your name and keep seeing you, and you're gonna become and build yourself into a kind of like the guy, the TikTok dude that talks about TikTok ads for e-com brands. And it's almost like it's retargeting, and you're gonna keep what you call like top of mind awareness. Not only that, but if your videos, for example, like on YouTube, go viral and stuff like that, obviously that's gonna grow over time. And they don't even have to go viral, like they're still gonna grow over time as well. That's what I really love about YouTube, especially its inbuilt kind of like search feature, because YouTube would, by the way, YouTube would be the number one focus I would have, and then I would have like TikTok as well. I'll probably start TikTok because I know that TikTok right now is really blowing up. Well, it depends on what niche you're in. If you're in something like the e-commerce space or something like that, I would probably go to and use TikTok to actually grow my own personal brand for my agency. Now, your personal brand, you can actually grow a personal brand, right, for pretty much anything. You can grow it for consulting, you can grow it for coaching businesses, you can grow it for your social media marketing agency. I know that for sure, no doubt about it, because I've actually, like I said, landed clients from my actual personal brand where they've actually come to me. And the funny thing is, and the most beautiful thing as well, guys, is that like I've noticed that when clients come to me from my social media marketing agency, they already know who I am. They already know what I'm kind of capable of. They're already warm. They're pretty much already ready to buy there and then. It's just maybe have like a little bit. It's more of a logical close instead of a more like for example, by the way, when I have like closing clients stuff like that, there's like an emotional side to the close and then there's a logical side. When people come to me though through an inbound lead, and I've attracted them, if you will, and not just chased them through cold outreach. Or cold outreach is like trying to chase clients, whereas building your authority and building a brand is kind of like you're attracting clients to you. When I've attracted clients and they've come to me, it always feels like I'm kind of like it feels like I'm the authority figure at that point. It doesn't feel like I'm above them, but I never really see myself as above anybody, to be honest with you. But it feels like I'm actually they what I say to them, it feels like I'm important. The things that I have to say feels like it's important. They take me much more seriously, and I found that the close is always so much easier. So another point to kind of back this up as well, guys, is I know that I'm kind of going all over the place, but I really want you to, hopefully you can see the passion that I've got right now. Honestly, guys, like cold outreach works and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, if you want to build like a really big, long business that lasts for years, build a personal brand as well on the side. Cold outreach, by the way, is probably how you're going to get your first couple of clients, to be honest with you, because building a brand does take a little while, but is it worth it? 100%. So another point I was going to make, guys, is that if you think about it, everybody and their uncle is doing cold outreach right now. Everybody's doing cold outreach. Everybody's doing cold emails. Everybody's trying to do cold DMs, just cold outreach in general, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So cold emails, cold this, cold that, it's all cold. Now, if you think about it, what you want to do, and what I've found as an entrepreneur, right, is you want to see what everybody else is doing and then do the opposite. So everyone's doing cold outreach, you do warm outreach, whatever that means. That's basically, by the way, that would mean you attract clients through warmer methods, if you will. Not only that, but like I said, when is the last time realistically you've gone and bought something without doing research into the person that you are buying from, if you will, or the brand? Think about it. Like when you're going to buy some like new clothing item from a new brand that you've never bought before, you're looking through their social medias, you're looking through the reviews, you're looking to see if they're really who they are. Now, think about our clients for our social media marketing agencies. They're going to be doing the exact same thing. Think about it. If you're an e-com brand owner, right, and some dude hits you up with an email saying I can help you scale your brand with Facebook ads, but you've also got someone on your LinkedIn that's saying the same thing, but he has loads of content and he's actually social media savvy and he's talking about social media marketing and social ads and stuff like that. Who are you really gonna trust, to be honest with you? I don't know about you, but I'm trusting the guy that actually has videos of himself talking about Facebook ads, showing the actual results, and actually has some sort of brand behind him and literally doing what he preaches, if you will. He's using social media. I'm more likely to trust him. It's almost like, and by the way, I get these DMs all the time. Let me give you a perfect example. It's almost like those guys, right, that DM you on Instagram talking about I can get your account verified, and then you go on their account and their account's not even verified. Like, what do you, like, you're not even practicing what you preach, for example. So what I'm trying to say there is there's people like emailing all these e-com brands and stuff like that, saying that you can actually grow you with Facebook ads and all that sort of stuff. And they go and check the person's social media, that they go check on their website. They normally go into your social media, and your social media is just literally a wasteland. Like, that's not going to give off, it's going to give off that same vibe there, where it's about like the verification thing I just said. It's going to give off that very same vibe, if you will. Think about it. If somebody is talking to you about, I can help you with your social media marketing, and then you go and click on their social media and they've got like 2 followers or like 200 followers, you're going to be like, you can't even help yourself with social media, never mind me. So what are you talking about? So with this whole personal brand stuff, kind of like what it is it's all about building up credibility, showing people that you actually practice what you preach, building your name into an authority figure, and breaking down kind of like limiting beliefs as well. And just a quick way you can go about doing this as well, guys, is just literally go on Google, for example. Like, let's say your niche is real estate, and you're looking to try to get real estate clients for Facebook ads, and that's your service. Well, what you would do, right, is you would connect with a whole bunch of real estate agents on LinkedIn, or you would add them on Facebook. Facebook and LinkedIn are probably like the best two if you actually want to go out there and do outreach and stuff like that. So you would connect with them you'd probably find their profile on LinkedIn, and then cross-reference that to find them on Facebook, because pretty much everyone's got a Facebook account. If they've got a LinkedIn account, chances are they've probably got a Facebook account. So try to grow your brand on Facebook. I'd probably say that Facebook's probably a better way to actually grow a brand, to be honest with you. And then what you do is you add a bunch of real estate agents. Most of them are probably not going to accept your friend request. Don't worry about that. That's completely normal. What you're going to do is, for the people that do actually accept your friend request, you're going to drop content for them based upon your service and your particular industry. So, you know, for example, you literally, this peep game here, just real quick, go to the internet right now, open a new tab, and just type in Facebook ad tips for real estate agents. And literally just go and read a couple blogs and then come up with your own content ideas. Create a little image of yourself, put your phone like literally on a stand, get one of those little dinky stands get one of these little dinky stands where you can actually just put your phone on it, if you will. If you've got like an iPhone, or if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you've got a phone or whatever that has a decent camera. By the way, I built kind of like I started my YouTube channel with an iPhone 7, so there you go, you don't need the fancy phone. Put it on a tripod and take a picture of yourself looking professional, but like pointing over or something like that, or like this. And then what you want to do is just crop the background out using Canva Pro. So go and get Canva Pro. You can get like a 14-day free trial or whatever it is. I think it's like 20-day free trial or whatever it is. And just remove the background, put it on a nice little background, and put some bold text there. And there you've got like it looks like a thumbnail, if you will. So it will look like a thumbnail, like one of my YouTube thumbnails. Go and look at one of my recent YouTube thumbnails. I've kind of like started stepping that game up, and then that will be your piece of content. And then in that content or a caption, you can actually write a caption using a cool tool called like Quillbot. So go to Quillbot, I think it's spelled QUILLBOT.com, Quillbot. So go to Quillbot and it will actually help you paraphrase certain things. So for example, if you find a blog article that's really, really interesting, what you can do is take inspiration from that blog article, write it up yourself as a caption, if you will, kind of break it down into a caption, and then use Quillbot to kind of change it and paraphrase the entire thing. And now you've got some unique content you can actually post, and then connect with a whole bunch of real estate agents. Keep posting. Do this once per day. By the way, it doesn't take that long. It takes about 45 minutes, something like that. Post once a day, and then just keep connecting with business owners. Obviously, you're still doing cold outreach at this point, but you're still building out a personal brand. And what's going to happen is eventually you're going to start seeing people come to you. You can even go into Facebook groups. There's all that sort of methods, obviously. But honestly, guys, outreach versus personal branding, honestly, it's not about putting these two against each other. It's about combining them. Because think about it, when you reach out to somebody on Facebook, they're just going to click on your profile anyway. And if you've got lots of content on your profile, it's just going to solidify what you just said in a message to them. So if you're reaching out to people on Facebook, for example, about, you know, Facebook ads for real estate agents, now you can help them. They're just going to click on your profile, see what you're all about. If you've got a profile funnel, if you will, if you treat your profile like a funnel, you're going to get inbound leads. You're going to get people being like, oh, okay, this guy's reached out to me. Let's see what he's all about. It's going to click on your profile. Then what's going to happen is they're going to take a look to see who you are. They're going to see that you actually talk the talk. Not only that, but guys, do you know how much you separate yourself from just putting yourself on camera? People don't buy from brands and logos. So if you've got like an agency logo right now, as like your Instagram account or like your Facebook account or like your LinkedIn account, just delete that and put an actual photo of yourself. You need to overcome this fear, guys. Honestly, the grass is greener on the other side. But anyway, guys, I hope that's helped you guys a little bit. Honestly, start your personal brand on the side. So obviously outreach always comes first, because you obviously need to set calls really quickly. But when you do outreach, just remember the people you're reaching out to are probably going to be looking at your profiles anyway. If your profile's weak, that can actually ruin the deal. Even that can actually put them off, if you will. So make sure you clean up your profiles, don't have any crazy pictures on there, and actually, walk the walk, if you will. Actually talk about your niche and the actual problems in the niche. Top 3 mistakes dental practices are making with their Facebook ads. Top 3 best converting ads for dentists. Those sorts of titles work really, really well. Just literally YouTube some of the titles, and you will come across title ideas and content ideas. Even watch videos, take those videos, put them into content and caption ideas, and have them as content. But guys, honestly, it's not about putting these two against each other, like cold outreach and personal branding, because you need to put them together. And yes, this can work for your agency, and it can work for obviously coaching, consulting, that sort of stuff. So yes, you can get actual social media marketing agency clients that you're running Facebook ads for on a done for you service basis through your personal brand. No joke. Anyway, guys, I just want to give you guys some free value. All I ask for in return is to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.